beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hi, everybody. I'm back and in living color. Let me see what I'm doing wrong here. I'm trying to get. Is this one all set? You can adjust it. Good to be back on the air. Been away for a couple of weeks, and got a little R&R. Feeling really good right now and ready to work hard. Missed radio audience, missed Bethel, missed Buffalo, but I'm here. A lot is going on. I've got guests today who are no strangers to everybody. The Queen has died. And I've been, let me see. Let me get to my world news tonight. Let me get to my Google News. 90-something years old, and she was the queen since she was in her 20s. And she has now gone on, now transitioned, and King, now Charles is king.
King, 75.
King Charles III leads Britain in mourning after, and ain't nobody, what's odd, I was watching on CNN this morning, and Charles was walking, I guess, and no king has done this, walking. Very rarely does this happen among the crowds, among the common folks. But they wouldn't like crying. Maybe they'll cry when, she lays in state and they ride through and all that. But they were kind of like celebrating Charles.
Really?
Yeah, they were kissing his hand, giving him flowers, and but to be queen since you're 20-something years old, that's all she knows.
That's all she knows.
I said something on Facebook.
Give me his mic a little bit, Rashid's mic. Say it again.
I said something on Facebook about the queen, and I'm like, people may feel differently, but she stood the test of time.
Yeah.
I mean, to be able to go over generation at like 16,
is really like, I was watching the new prime minister and how everybody just jumps up and hollers at Parliament, and I like that.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I like to jump up sometimes.
When we went to London that time, I was able to go to one of their meetings, and I was just in awe because, when they stand up, my right honorable friend and that type of stuff, it's kind of enthusiastic because it really is not the same that what we have in America.
Can you imagine being royalty all of your life? Hold on, I can't get there. I'm trying to get the live chat on Facebook. Mark, is anything showing up on Facebook? Okay, because I don't see anything on it. Can you imagine? She's never probably had to fry an egg.
Boil an egg, fry it.
Anything. Did she even go to no, she was done with high school. So, what did you do?
I doubt if I don't know. I don't know what, if they go to, school, I guess.
Yeah, I think
because the boys, they do whatever they want to. The boy, even the new king.
Oh yeah,
the new king was doing whatever he wanted to beforehand.
Yeah.
Now, Camilla, is that his wife's name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Will be, I guess, the queen, right? Yeah. Will she become the queen? Let me see.
I don't know if she'd be the queen.
I think.
I don't know if she. Princess.
Let me see.
No, because if he's a king,
that's a shame. Well, we're not from there.
Well, we're not. How are we supposed to know?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know
I'm
if she's going to be. Look at
know.
her. She's so big. Look at my grandbaby. She is so tall, and
like a little adult.
Time is moving on. She is just gorgeous. So let me see. King.
And she brought treats.
King Charles III, you can't have a conversation in the mic, because leads Britain in mourning and into an uncertain new era after Queen's death. Now, I don't know if she becomes, but I'll tell you this, and no disrespect to her. I mean, she's white. But I liked Diana.
Oh, I love
Diana.
Diana.
Had that swag and
Yes.
class
Yes.
and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, she
Yes.
did. I mean, she went amongst the people
Yeah.
and wasn't afraid. And I watched the her documentary on CNN, and it was just amazing. And you kind of saw the insights of that royal family and just how they feel. It's like they are royal and they don't have the connections with the people. Diana just came in naturally.
Yes.
Oh, I got to go amongst the people. I'm not going to be just walking around and you just giving me flowers. And I know the queen at that time had a difficult time of acknowledging her. So, it hasn't been all peaches and cream for the queen, and that's why I said she stood the test of time.
She will be called the queen right now, consort.
Sort.
Did
I
you
just
see
I
that?
was waiting for Rashid to finish. Yep.
What does your article say about it?
It says, with her husband's accession to the throne following the death of Queen Elizabeth II on Thursday, Camilla has become queen consort and will take on a new and more prominent role alongside King Charles III.
Imagine you just become the king because of who your mama is.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I'm the king. Ain't nobody got to vote me in. You can't vote me out. Got a secret service or a protection detail. Got all that. Like I'm just the king. My kids are the princes and all that kind of stuff.
And the dad, well, he passed, but because he wouldn't have been in the succession either.
He should, right.
He wouldn't because
Right.
No.
Yep.
Absolutely. Because
Isn't
she
that
was
what-
the
she
queen.
was the queen.
And
The
when King, I got to remember his name. King Charles dies. She won't. She
It
she
goes to
moves
the
over.
son.
It goes
Yeah.
to the son. And it goes
It
to
goes
the
to-
older
it
one.
goes to the older one.
Diana's son.
Yeah, because the other
because Harry
son.
would have been in trouble.
The other son is like, yo.
So I wonder if if something happened to those two, how would Harry?
It goes to the kids because they talked about this. It goes to the oldest son's children, which
What's the second son? What's his name?
Harry,
And he's the one married to the actress.
Right.
Megan,
Megan.
Markle, yes.
Can you imagine if something happened to the other son and then he became? Oh no, because
because his kids.
No, but didn't he get out of the line?
Well, but before he was put out the line,
No, he wasn't put out the
well,
line.
he resigned his duties.
Right.
So
But-
you out.
Well, I don't know if it was really,
Once you're out, you're out.
but no, that's not.
You
queen-
ever seen Meet the Parents? Once you're out, you're out, fucker.
I need to watch that show called The Queen because they say they give you a lot of insight. In fact, they stopped any production or anything too for the next 12 days for the morning.
Well, I can tell you this: these like small island, especially islands of color. They pulling away. They like, y'all can be
Right,
the
they
queen.
didn't-
We gonna have our own queen over here.
right.
She gonna have on the dashiki and nappy hair.
Because what was Rihanna? What island is Rihanna from?
Is it Barbados?
Barbados.
Barbados.
Yeah.
Because they pulled away.
I watched the whole ceremony as they
Yeah.
They pulled
separated
away.
and all of that. I mean, they like, listen, we got this queen on our money, and we want somebody that's got
Look
some
like-
tight hair and a little darker, and that's it. Bye bye. Take your crown, take your prince, take your stuff,
Take
and
all
I'm
of
proud
it.
of that.
Oh,
I'm
I
very
am.
not
Yes.
only Barbados, but Belize also.
Belize
No. I'm trying to think of this island we went to. Oh, Curacao.
Oh.
Curacao used to be under Brit, from what I remember, because when we visited Curacao, I remember they were just coming out of kind of British, not rule so much, but the
Oversight.
yeah, all of that. So big ups to those countries.
Yeah.
Run your own country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the queen is gone.
The queen is gone. I got Janice and Rashid and Mark here today. We all here in the building. We got a lot to talk about. How would you like to wake up and there's a methadone clinic about to happen right in your neighborhood? We're going to talk about that, and we'll talk about some of the struggles that we have had with it. I'm looking for my other article. Hey, Mark, see if we can get the chat, if it's there. I don't know. We just coming back to life after a summer. How was your summer?
My summer was good.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
I had a really good summer.
Excellent.
How Princess Diana's title could be different if she were alive. Oh boy, no, I don't want to talk about that no more. Because we got other stuff we got to talk about. One is here. I'm bringing it up right now. This this probe in the we haven't had a chance to talk about this real quick, and the search warrant and the secret
gosh.
documents
Oh,
and
my
the.
goodness.
I just say
I don't
this:
understand.
if Barack had done
Come on.
a little bit, just a teensy bit,
He wouldn't
teensy
have got
bit.
a box out the White House.
Come on.
How do you can tell me that no one knew all of those documents were gone?
Well, first of all, they deal with thousands and thousands of documents in the presidency, but for him to maintain documents and then put it off on, well, it's the Dems, it's the Democrats, it's
Right.
the. You took top secret stuff to your Mar-a-Lago ranch.
And had it in their desk.
Like it was your
I mean,
personal-
so
Along
it
with-
wasn't I forgot or somebody made a mistake.
Dude,
Bruh,
it was
in
with
your desk.
passports. It was with passports that had expired. First of all, he seems to be a neat man. It doesn't seem like he that neat though, because you got stuff all in a drawer.
Yeah.
He don't. You think he neat? He don't look neat.
You don't
to
think
me.
he looks neat?
Absolutely not.
I tell you who's looking younger. Biden. Like he not looking. I think they gave him some medicine or something.
Oh, because I was gonna say he looked a little grandpa.
No, I mean he grandpa-ish, but I was concerned like for a little while because
Yeah.
he was
Because
like
he was like
Yeah.
frail looking.
like
Yeah.
the spine was kind of bending
Yeah.
over. He was kind of aloof, and when I watched him the other day, I was like, all right.
I think some of them wins is trying to give him some new life because he was getting beat down for
You
a
think
long
that's
time.
what it was?
I think so.
You think he taking Prevagen?
The doctor probably prescribed it. Yeah, you better take
Maybe-
this, Joe.
I mean,
We
think
need,
about
you need to come back to life.
when
bro.
you are the president of the
can
United
get
States,
anything.
you can get any. I mean, think
agree.
about it. President Trump, the former president of the United States, was getting like stuff for COVID,
Yeah.
and
Before
he
we
was
even knew.
so they
Yeah.
could be like, Mr. President, but I guess they wouldn't.
Why they ain't
use
give him
the-
no bleach?
What I don't know what
He asked for bleach. You said bleach. Put the bleach in there, and you
he
be
did
good.
not. I have to defend the former president of the United States. He said he was being facetious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he
he
should.
was facetious about a lot.
He
through
sure
the past.
was.
He made us all
He
facetious.
made a mess. I mean, like you said, if Barack had done a teeny inch of that,
couldn't have done it.
he would have. I mean, I just saw the ceremony of him being him and Michelle getting their portraits, and they just are beautiful portraits. And they talked about the controversy about him wearing a tan suit. A tan suit. What does that got to do with
Wasn't
him
that
making
something?
decisions?
A tan
Tan
suit.
A tan suit.
A tan suit?
Yeah, because he had a man. So, Ross always has something deep to say that just makes sense. We were talking about those islands, and Ross Jomo says all enslavers must be divorced from our blind allegiance, independent from colonialism. Neo-colonialism and any form of foreign rule. Yeah, total
That's
liberation.
true.
And I think that, in the past, and still people around, even here, think that, if it's black, that it's going to fail and it's going to this and that. Yeah. We are the backbone that has built this nation.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I think we finished it. I think. Mark, how is your team? You ain't mentioned your team yet.
Yeah, we
The Mighty Ducks. You got the
No.
Mighty Ducks.
Did you say the Mighty Ducks?
Wow.
nah, pray for us. So our first
Pray for y'all.
They are like that.
Look at my cool grandson.
our first real game is tomorrow at noon. And
Why are you scratching your
know.
head?
He looked really stressed.
Like,
I wish
Coach,
people on the
Coach,
radio
stressed.
could see
You
you.
done,
I'm
you done
stressed.
prepared them, right, Coach?
well, here's the thing: when you got a team,
Here's the thing.
when you got a team full of freshmen, and we are actually playing a legitimate D3 powerhouse.
Okay.
They were a playoff team last year.
Ooh,
It's
boy.
probably our toughest test of the season in week one. So we're a little worried. We're joking that it's either going to be the 20-0, or it's going to be on ESPN for most points scored ever. So,
You mean your team?
yeah.
Yeah.
we
You
gonna-
gotta be the coach. You better be the
Yeah.
coach. I ain't even saying.
Right.
I'm not even putting out there what your team is.
No, that's fine.
Oh, okay, so it's Houghton, right?
Hilbert.
Hilbert. Oh, sorry,
See?
I forgot.
Hilbert.
Forgot. Houghton, is Houghton even still open? Oh, okay, right. Houghton is with okay. All right.
Not
No
satellites.
disrespect. No disrespect.
Hilbert.
Schools come and go right now.
Amen.
It's hard
Yeah.
to keep them
It
open.
is. It is.
Now that's the type of football game I would want to go to because it'd probably be hilarious. Like, because I'm not a football guy.
We already
now
know.
I watched yesterday. I watched.
did you
I mean,
needed
I
to
was
watch.
working.
Yeah.
And watching at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
Now Monique and them was in the front just going, ah! All you heard was ah!
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whenever
it
I
was-
would hear that, then I would look at whatever was going on. But I mean, it was.
But you know the Bills won, right?
Bills
You
won
know the
31
Bills
to
won.
10.
You know that.
Really.
I'm just asking.
31
You
to
know they
10.
won. You said you were doing something else, so you may have been so preoccupied that you didn't see the final score or that final touchdown that Josh threw to Diggs.
Diggs.
Well,
said
I just
Diggs.
I know Josh
Stephon
Allen
Diggs.
is all that in a bag of chips.
Yeah.
I just want him to stay safe.
I want to stop running. I,
yeah.
I agree
Stop
with you.
the
We agree.
running, dude. If you already
jumping.
First of all, they should to me, and I ain't no coach. Mark is a coach. You that far ahead, take them out.
No. But I disagree.
Why?
Because I love my Bills, but sometimes
Go ahead, Jan. I want you to coach. Go ahead.
we
First woman
gotta
coach.
remain humble no matter how far ahead.
Yep.
Because we've been far ahead and lost.
No, I'm talking about, but still, you got to get that other guy. If you far ahead now, and it's to protect the quarterback too. He
He's
likes to
risk
run.
taker.
He want to run. He want to
He wanna
run.
jump.
He want to jump. He want to flip. He want
He was
to
funny.
do all that. And he's a great athlete.
Right.
But the point is, you want him to last throughout the entire
Absolutely.
season.
Everybody
They
was
was taking
saying
hits
that
on
in
him. I'm like-
comments and stuff. Everybody's like, "Okay, Josh, we need you to go
Yeah,
sit down and
yeah.
relax." I
Just
agree.
relax.
Yeah.
I
Cool
agree.
out. You what was the final score?
31 to
31-10.
10.
Come on. You gonna tell me that we was gonna lose if you took him out like 10
I'm
minutes?
not-
Well, this was the first game, and
Right.
he really didn't play a lot in preseason, of course.
Right,
So
right.
he really wanted them to get his
wanted-
timing and all that.
Right.
But I agree with you, Josh. Please,
Just
you
rest.
don't run too much, bro.
Right.
Don't run
Because
too
if
much.
we
need
lose
you.
him, it's going to be tougher.
Yeah,
Let's
it's gonna be
honest.
tougher. That's
It's
the
gonna be
truth.
tough.
They got their groove now. They got their rhythm.
Right.
They know what they're doing and all that kind of stuff. They made us proud
Yeah.
yesterday.
They
Because
made us real
we
proud.
got that Von Miller now. and
Von
that-
Miller
he is
was
a
sacking
beast.
like it was nothing.
It's like,
Yes.
hey, welcome back to LA. All right.
Yes, because he used to play for LA and won the Super Bowl with
Duh.
Yeah.
He trying to come back.
But now you're trying to act like you know football.
Now, first of all, because her husband is an official, right?
Yes.
But now, so
Who
he used to play for
Well,
LA.
I just want
and
to
I
make sure you
don't
know.
Duh.
Oh, now you know a little
Oh,
bit. Now you know a little
that
bit.
wasn't right. That wasn't right.
He
Jan.
wrong, God.
Because
Why?
no, I'm saying he wasn't right. Because
Exactly.
a lot of times he'll tell people, well, I really don't know football that well. I don't know sports that well. And now he's acting like he know it all.
He just told me he
Didn't
didn't go to my husband's game. He's like, because I don't know nothing about football.
First of all, it was a college game.
It was a Division I college
I don't
game.
give a daggone if it was a Division 1, 2, 3, and 4.
But you want to go see Hilbert.
I want to go see that because of how the show is going to be.
That is not.
A good little, well, this show has been in the making for how many years?
But I'm
40 years.
But I'm kind of upset that Jan did that little quiet, little silent flex. This is it's a D1. It's a D1 game. I'm sorry.
Bring down my ears a little bit. Bring down my headphones.
know
No,
I'm
you can leave
serious.
their volumes up. Just leave.
No, I
mine
got
down.
you.
Because Jan's voice so loud and it pierces my eardrum.
It must be only you though.
Well, ask your husband. You probably walk in that door. You probably walk in that door and Sean be like, just shut up.
Not at all.
Sean,
See,
did
here
you
we
take
go.
out the trash?
But he used to call me
Sean.
from the office. I would be in one end of the hallway. Jan, I'd be like, what are you screaming for?
Who?
You.
Oh.
Used to sit at your desk in the office and call my
You
name.
want to know? I still do this. Can I tell you why?
Why?
I don't know how to get to the part on the phone with the extensions. We got all these fancy
Wait a minute.
phones.
All these years, he just hasn't learned how to.
No,
Well, he
we've
don't have to-
had
he call
different
other people's
systems.
names more now.
We
but
have
I
other
remember.
Yeah,
him
we got
just,
other systems.
Jan. I'd be like, what is wrong? And he'd be like, hey, so did you? Da, da, da. I'd be
Oh.
like, what?
He just is calm.
Yeah. Can I ask y'all this? Because I ordered pizza last night, and I ain't gonna say from where because I ain't giving nobody a free plug. Because I didn't get it from the place I normally get it because my kids told me about this other place. And here go what my youngest son gonna say. Yeah, Papa, because it's juicy. I said juicy.
Saucy, maybe?
He said it's juicy.
Was it good?
It was good. It was good.
Okay.
But do we have any African American owned pizza places or restaurants that make good pizza?
I've never.
Yeah.
Where? I've
Not that
never
I know
seen
of.
one. Who?
Black?
Really?
It's a black on
Never
Ferry?
ever thought.
You said Gianni's
And
or
I feel a little
Gino's?
bad because I
Somebody in
wouldn't
the
even
comments
think
tell
about
us
it.
where. Yesterday, I'm thinking, because you spend a lot of money for pizza.
Absolutely.
Oh, we do.
And the wings,
and the wings are expensive.
First of all, they need to come down on those prices now because you can go to the grocery store now and buy a whole thing of wings
Yeah.
for $18.
Yeah.
We can go get
They're
a case for
charging
$40, $50.
$20-something, $23 for
Single.
20 wings.
Oh, you got. I almost paid that one day for a
Sometime
single.
for a single, depending on where. So I'm thinking, I just spent $60
Yep.
for a pizza, and at the end of the day, do I have a place in our community that makes good pizza that we could be
because there's places in our community, but they're not
right?
around.
I wonder
Right.
if they have some,
never thought about
especially
it.
when we're doing all these sheet pizzas and
Yeah,
doing this, that, and the
yeah.
other. Like I want to patronize from the folks who live and work
Live in our community.
Yeah,
Live
in
in
our
our
community.
community.
So
I
let me
agree.
know you all in the
Yeah.
comments. I think Mark, are you seeing the comments live? Are we
Yeah,
still
there's
stuck?
just not a lot of
Okay,
them.
good. I just wanted to make sure. So let me know what you say. Gianni's Wingstop, and that's owned by African American. All right, I'm giving a shout out to Gianni's Wingstop. I am gonna try it, because I don't want to just be giving. I mean, I don't have no problem
With anybody else, but you just-
because the pizza yesterday was juicy.
Good?
Yeah,
It was
juicy. Okay.
It was juicy,
That's
and
the-
the
that's the
wings
new
were
word,
decent.
juicy.
The
I
wings were
gotta ask.
decent.
I gotta find out what that
Okay.
means.
Just juicy.
Because you can get the boneless wings; they're much cheaper. But I don't. If you,
I want a chicken
Give me a wing.
That's not a chicken wing.
Give me a wing. Give me a wing.
I made my own wings yesterday.
You know, Rashid. You know he's
and they were
particular.
delicious.
You know he's
Delicious.
particular.
Yeah, I bet you.
Delicious.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna hate
Don't-
today.
no.
I ain't gonna hate.
Don't do it.
So we got to talk about. Okay, so we gotta get to. First of all, you got an event coming up. Let's get to the event because this other
I
thing.
have an event coming up. So the True
Wait a
Community
minute.
Development.
See. Wait a minute.
What? No.
Because I said you have an event coming
And
up.
I said I have
And
an-
you said it again as
Reiterate
you
it.
patted your lip. I have an event coming up. That's what you mean. You
I
see?
know. I saw it.
All right. Thank you for joining the team.
Yeah.
Back on the team.
That's just. Oh, so now you on
my
his
God.
side.
Gee.
I'm just.
What's your event,
I'm
Jen?
gonna be quiet.
So True Community Development Corporation
Mm-hmm.
is celebrating. Can you believe 18 years?
Wow.
Wow.
Of developing community, multifamily. We are honoring our visionary, because it is a development arm of True Bethel Baptist Church, Bishop Darius Pridgen.
I didn't know that until I saw the bulletin.
What? No,
I saw a bulletin on my desk, and I'm like, "Why is my picture?" And then
my
I
God.
was like,
I knew
"Oh
this
shucks,
was
that
gonna
means I
happen.
got to go."
Yes, Belmont Housing Resource of Western New York, who has been an excellent partner
Yes,
of
yes,
ours.
yes.
And honoring Clark Eaton,
Yes.
who was our
Oh,
first
yeah.
board president.
And first of all, we wouldn't even be in this building,
Building
if it
had it
wasn't
not
for
been
Clark.
for Clark
Clark
Eaton.
Eaton.
Exactly.
So Clark Eaton had a construction company.
Yep.
And obviously minority owned. And when we bought True Bethel, we didn't have money then. We ain't got none now. But we didn't have money then.
Right.
We had no money to hire a construction company.
Construction company. Or to pay I remember he paid my first board insurance.
But I'm talking about
Oh,
before
for the
before
church.
I'm talking
Right,
about the
right,
church.
right,
True
right,
Bethel.
right. 907, you're
when
right.
he came, Tanya, his daughter, belonged to the church, and she said, "My dad has a construction company. I'm going to talk to him about helping." He paid for the insurance for the construction.
Sure did.
Then
I
he
remember
got
that.
Tony Duran,
Yep.
who was working for him on another project. Matter of fact, it was downtown at the Key Center. Tony Duran and members came in. Remember, we started putting up walls. He connected us with the architect. No, matter of fact, let me back up. Bishop Sanders gave me the first architect. And I remember that guy, and it's the same guy who did Refuge Temple. And everybody just helped us. But Clark Eaton came in, hung his construction license up for us.
Yes.
And basically him and Tony, I'll never take this away from either of them. And the many members of True Bethel and friends who came in, and underneath these walls is our blood, literally our blood,
Sweat and tears.
from when we would cut our hands. And I remember Levon falling off a I mean, we had so much that was going on.
I remember the demolition when the one piece of the freezer fell on my toe, and thank God, since I was in the church, I kept my toe, so thank God.
You still got your toe?
I still got my toe.
Because it would look funny on the beach, like if we, how we go on vacation. I wouldn't say nothing though, but I would be looking
He
over
would
like,
say something.
this dude ain't got no toe in them
toe.
sandals.
Yeah.
And you like to wear them Jesus sandals all the time. So
Oh, my
all your
God.
toes gonna show.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
And it would be that one gone, just that one. You see how this finger?
Oh,
you see
my
how that? It
goodness.
would be like that. It would be
No,
like that.
he didn't.
It would be
With
like
the
that.
toes, going
Was
with
it
the
your
toes.
pinky toe or your big toe?
It was my big toe.
Your big toe.
And I remember that
Oh,
joke.
right on.
I mean, I felt like I was on a Flintstones. My toe just like, woo, 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 like, ah.
So descriptive.
But look at it. But we're here now.
But look,
We're
your
here.
toe is still there.
My toe is still
and
here, and we have this beautiful edifice.
And so Clark
Yeah.
Eaton.
Clark
So go ahead.
Eaton,
Yeah.
And so it's Wednesday, September 28th
Oh.
at the Northland Workforce Training Center.
Mm-hmm.
Have a little reception, networking, 5:30, 7:30. Ray Sean and his musical talents will provide us some entertainment.
People been giving big shout outs to Rashawn lately.
Yes.
On our staff call the other day, when a man compliments you, so a gentleman, the head of our ushers, we getting ready to get off the call, staff call, and he says, I just want to highlight one of our staff members. And he's talking about Rashawn and the tremendous job they did with the sneaker giveaway, tremendous job that he does on Sunday morning. So go ahead. So
yeah.
he'll be there with his band,
He'll
with the
be
band.
there with his band. So if you're interested, give us a call, 716-322-1900. We do have an Eventbrite link up.
Okay.
So you can find it under True CDC celebrating 18
How much are the tickets?
$55.
Yep.
And we do have sponsorships for $250, $500, and $1,000.
And I mean, you guys are doing such a tremendous job right now. You're building in Niagara Falls at our church.
True Bethel Commons.
How many houses? How many?
39 units of housing.
Yeah,
Over
yeah.
3 of the buildings in the Niagara Falls
Yeah,
campus.
so we are not only doing the thing here,
Yep.
but the organization is also in the Falls. Big ups to Pastor Craig Pridgen, who I listened to his sermon last night from Sunday.
Did you really?
It was
'Cause you
tremendous.
know you don't normally listen.
I don't, but people in the office kept telling me you should listen, you should listen, and I don't listen because when I'm not here, I'm very critical. Just tremendous. Did a tremendous job with the text. All right, so give it the date again one more time.
Wednesday, September 28th, 5:30 p.m. It's on Eventbrite or 716-322-1900.
Is Manna doing the food?
Manna is catering.
Oh, goodness.
Yes.
Okay.
You having chicken?
No.
I ain't coming.
You want chicken?
Could you get? I love Manners chicken. Reggie can cook some chicken. No, I'll just get something to go. I'll get something to go.
Look, okay, we'll make sure you have it.
I'll
what
get
you
something
want
to go.
As an honorary, we'll treat you to
Well,
that.
listen, I was away last week, and where I was at, my favorite grocery store is Publix.
Oh, Lord.
When I say I got chicken from Publix, now my other Rashawn know this. Now I love Tops too. Now I will go to Tops.
Tops just for chicken.
Well, I go to Tops Jefferson for chicken. You got to go to Tops Jefferson
They
for
fry it.
chicken.
They
Oh
fry it
my
real good.
goodness! And when it's just coming out,
It's hot and crispy.
but I would say on par. Publix, you can get anything, subs, anything
Yeah.
out of Publix.
It's
And
like
Sunday,
Wegmans, right?
I wanted a like soul food, and where I was at, there ain't no soul food, and I went in that Publix, and oh gosh,
It was good.
it was good. I wanted to bring some back.
Now, what are you talking about? Fried chicken or a whole chicken?
No, fried chicken.
Fried chicken, okay.
Fried chicken. And
Okay.
and they didn't have any more in the like display. So let me tell you the customer service there. So the kid is like, yeah, sorry, sir. But they have these like bags set up, so you could buy a whole. I said, I didn't need a whole chicken. He said, you know what? Hand me one of those bags. He said, let me do what I've been taught to do. He said, I'm sorry. I had a lapse in memory. He opened up the bags and started pouring them in and said, what you want? I said, give me a breast and a wing. And it was $3.
See?
Wow.
And when I say it was crunchy and had that just seasoned, see, because you can't over season.
No, you can't over season. No,
Right.
I agree with you.
Blood pressure and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to get to the serious. We got to get to the serious stuff. Let's
You got
talk
the
about.
serious stuff? You want me to do my last announcement?
Oh, you got
one
another
more.
one? Oh gosh.
Well, because in my consultant hat,
I did have a question for you though before we get to the opioid.
okay.
clinic. So people keep asking me about places to rent. Like, do you know places to rent? Can you call a real estate agent? Do real estate agents deal with apartments?
It depends if they manage them. You know, we can go online, like I know you've been calling me, and see if someone's renting a
Yes.
house
Oh.
or an apartment. But that's not, you know, it depends on what you do.
But I know of I don't know her personally, but she helped out somebody I know, an African American woman, who the homeowner called her. She has a business, and then she connected
then with someone
possible
who's
tenants
right.
and like gave her like 3 different tenants to
And
consider.
I've done that for people who own apartments.
That's my question,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yes.
So they can call a real estate agent.
Because you'd be surprised. A lot of times they have clients
Okay.
who say, "Hey, I'm looking for someone to rent. Do you know somebody?"
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that's what
Yes.
I've been telling
Yes.
people because they ask me, and I'm like, a lady stopped me yesterday, and I'm just like, I don't do anything in real estate. I have no idea.
Right.
Just call Jan. Because
Yeah,
I called
just
Jan.
call.
I called her about something like that just a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Sure did.
Well, God bless you.
Yeah.
Get your
So right
last announcement because we got something serious to talk about. Well, it's all serious.
CB Emmanuel and Top Enterprises, which is the development arm of Mount Airy Baptist Church, are having a community meeting on next Tuesday at 5:30 to talk about a development of the Jefferson Fine Arts Center and housing development that they're putting together.
Good, good.
So it's Tuesday, September 13th at 5:30 p.m. at the Johnny B. Wiley Stadium.
All right. All right. That is happening.
Amen.
How would you like to wake up and find that there is an opioid clinic about to open up in your neighborhood? Well, some people in the university district
Straighten up your face.
found that.
I'm mad.
Rashid, talk about it.
Yeah, we've been meeting over the last several months regarding this opioid treatment center that's being looked at to come from Cattaraugus County to the Clevefield Plaza in the University District. And it was approved by OASIS, which is the state agency that approves these centers, without any input from the community. And so I want to thank the University District Block Club Coalition, Judges Row Block Club, and others who have stood up and shouted loudly that they don't want that. And I want to thank my colleagues because on Tuesday, many of you, when we talked about this, because we had some more petitions that we received from residents, you all talked about the very same thing that happened and to the detriment of your community. And now you're dealing with the fallout of crime, drug dealing, shootings. All those things are happening in those neighborhoods, and nobody cares. When it's done by the state makes a decision about putting a treatment center in the community. We don't know anything about it. They don't discuss it with us. They just do it. And then we, as elected officials, have to deal with the fallout. And then residents look at us as if we did something wrong. We've done nothing.
And let me ask you this, and correct me if I'm wrong, that even in your conversations with some state electeds, they weren't even aware.
They weren't even aware.
So I want to be clear
Correct.
that an agency of the state allowed this,
Right.
basically. Go ahead, Mark. But the elected officials weren't even, didn't even know. What were you about to say?
So, I had conversations to help because remember, I brought up the sovereign part. Apparently, from what I've heard, this is actually federal government approved, and the state, because the feds approve it, just rubber stamp. That's what the situation is.
So the state rubber stamps. So that's still, right, from the federal government.
So what they're saying is they're trying to at least have the state stop any federal rubber stamping just to get the community input beforehand. But the original and really only approval they kind of need is from the federal government.
But let's be clear, because they'll say the same thing about the local government.
Right.
At the end of the day, it still has to go through 2 levels of government. Correct?
Correct.
So it could have been at the state level, and again, I want to say this: our elected officials didn't even know. it could have been at least brought up there.
Right.
And there's a reason that it has to go from federal to state
Right.
before it could be approved.
Right.
And I think that these things have to be changed because nobody really knows that. Who they're going to blame
Right.
is the local council
Exactly.
member.
Exactly. Even like right now, we have these issues with these smoke places that are opening up. We don't approve them unless they need a special license, but they're opening up everywhere, and that's part of the state that they are allowed to do that. So it's a lot of things that we really have to address, and I think the thing that I'm trying to bring out even more, because I number one, I appreciate our chairwoman,
April Bass.
well, not chairwoman, excuse me, our majority leader. She's been meeting with the coalition. I believe Senator Kennedy is meeting with the coalition today. And so they are.
So you're talking about Crystal People-Stokes.
Crystal People-Stokes and Senator Kennedy are meeting with the groups in the community to address it because, as I said to the community, I don't have anything to do with that. I can't make the state do this. This is a state thing. And now from what we're hearing from what Marka just said, now we may have to get Congressman Higgins involved. So there's a number of levels. But again, at the end of the day, this affects our community more often than not. You never hear about these things happening in Williamsville.
And
in
think about this,
Amherst.
you've been talking about this a long time. So if the federal government was involved or anybody else, somebody else should have been saying it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I heard when people were like, well, what is the council members doing? What are the council members doing?
Right.
What are your federal representatives doing?
Right.
What is the state representatives doing? I'm glad to hear that Crystal People-Stokes and Tim are going, Kennedy are going to be meeting. You have been meeting. You have been on the front line. And now a lot of people don't understand that this is bringing in people from another
Yes.
community.
Yes.
How far away is Cattaraugus County?
It's gotta
That's
be
gotta be-
45 minutes.
Yeah, like an hour.
It's
No.
out. You think it's further?
No, I think it's less.
Well, I thought it was like between 45 and 30 and 45.
Jan's
minutes.
going to
I'm
Google
gonna
it. We're
Yeah.
going to map it. But regardless, they're bringing people in
Right.
to get treatment on a bus
Yeah,
and then putting them back on the bus.
and then taking them back out.
So did anybody ever say why they could not do this in Cattaraugus County?
No, and it's funny because Hopewell
An hour and
continues
6
to
minutes.
Oh, okay.
Hopewell continues to try to spin this as if they're trying to help the community and that this is a major issue in our community. And people are like, well, where's the numbers? Where's the information?
So
Where's the facts?
Hopewell is behind this?
Hopewell is the center that's going to be doing
Okay.
the treatment. But Hopewell, whenever there's a conversation, is talking about how necessary that this is to the community.
Now, I will say this, and I think we've said this over and over on the council floor. I can't say none of us. I'm not, you're not, against helping
Absolutely
people
not.
who are
Correct.
addicted. I want to be very clear
Right.
there. We're not against treatment. And I said this sentence, we're against how the residents
Right.
are being treated.
Right.
So you want to treat the addiction without treating the residents in a respectful way. And I've been through this on the Lower West Side, worked with Councilmember Franzak, worked with Councilmember Revere. All of us were out there. And I remember I was out there passing out flyers against it. And I remember a lady in the corner, the council member is for this. And I was like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
Like talking about misinformation.
Yeah.
I'm out here and I even said it to her. And everybody's like, I'll forget her. I'm like, no, I'm going to set this record straight.
Right.
I'm okay with treatment. I am not okay. And where that place is right now, there's a new residential
Right.
apartment building going up right across the street. Now, do you want, when your kids have to get up, especially now with Buffalo Public Schools talking about changing times, get up at dark
Yeah.
to go outside to be on a bus stop because you chose to move an apartment building? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And again, it's not against treatment, period.
Yeah.
But I don't understand. So they're bringing, I don't know how that helps our community. You're bringing residents, you're busing them from Cattaraugus to get treatment
And then taking them
and
back.
then taking them back.
But other people in the community, right, will
Right.
be able to
Then
use
then
it.
can
Right.
use it. I'm confused.
Because they're bringing the Seneca Nation, and I think Rod Watson wrote an article, beautiful piece about this center. Well, put it at the casino. That's your sovereign nation. Put your outlet right there and let those folks go there. But again, it just seems to me, and this is the cultural thing that it continues to happen to us, that anything negative they're willing to put in our community without any conversation.
Well,
we're just going to do it.
It was brought up, why didn't they go to Clarence?
Yeah.
Or why didn't they go to a suburb closer? I'm not saying that Clarence is closer. I'm just picking out a suburb.
Right.
Why didn't they? And I asked our attorney, because Mark and I were talking about the whole sovereign thing, and she was like, no, their land is sovereign. They just can't go around and do whatever they want to do. So they have to have some either state or federal approval to be able to do it on basically state land. So at the end of the day, the question came up, and it is a very interesting one. Why are there not these fights in Amherst, Williamsville, Clarence,
Yeah.
Orchard Park?
Yeah.
Some say because the landlords won't rent to them. Well, I think some of these landlords don't give a daggone.
Yeah.
Right.
And especially if I'm a foreign landlord, I'm getting my money, right? So I don't know, and you do have to look at these zoning codes, which you are
Yep.
leading that
Yep.
charge now to look at the zoning codes and what our present zoning codes are that will allow it. But I agree with you. It's like if you want to deal with something that you think nobody's going to say anything about,
throw it in
throw it in a neighborhood of color.
Because I know that I've talked to members of Elam who was telling me that where the opioid center is
Right.
on Holden,
Yeah.
they constantly have problems. Their cars are broken into. This is right next to a church, and I don't know if the church was there first or if the opioid
Yeah, I
center
think
was
the
there second.
opiate-
Opiate was definitely
Opiate
there.
has
Okay.
been
It's
there
been
for a
there
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just seems, again, it just boils down to a disrespect for our community. I mean, we talk about the other things that have happened, and we talk about having one grocery store in our community. But why do we only have one grocery store and other communities have 2 and 3? It's something that we just always are battling against. For respect for the residents. And, and I agree with you, people look at me at first saying, well, what is a council member doing? And some kind of alluded that I knew something about it. I knew nothing. The first thing I did when these folks met with me back in April was said, oh, we're going to have a community meeting.
Yep.
Oh, no, council member, we're going to do it. No, we're not going to wait.
That's right,
We're not
that's
going
right.
to slow walk this thing, and then it's going to come back, and they want to come to me and say, well, council member, did you know? No, when I found out about it, I said we need to talk because this community is going to be up in arms because I've heard what you all dealt with.
Yep.
On the west side and in Ellicott regarding those centers.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate what this whole process and how it is, because I do think, first of all, we need treatment facilities. We need it. It has the potential to save lives, but I also do think it needs to be strategic where it is.
Right.
Because if like for instance, university. Why is it there? Why over there in a plaza?
Right.
Plaza where
I mean, I can't believe the businesses over there are not up in arms.
Well, because the businesses have their leases with the owner, they're trying not to upset the apple cart, but many of them have said to us they don't want it there either. Yeah. Now, there was a dialysis place there that people used for many, many years. So now these folks, from what they told me, was trying to open it up on Allen, and when they got shut down there, they came here.
Oh, they tried to open it up on Allen.
Now, I don't know but the news has
So
reported.
allegedly,
correct.
use that word allegedly,
Alleged.
then you don't get sued.
Allegedly. Right.
Well, you can
Allegedly.
get sued, but
But it's like the
but we're saying alleged.
Alleged.
But that is a major. I mean, it's a whole neighbor and it's the drugstore, the pizza
Yes.
place, the Family
Yep,
Dollar,
Family Dollar,
Tim
laundromat.
Hortons.
Yes, and it's already a mess over there. Now let's be
Exactly.
honest;
Exactly.
it looks bad over in that
Yeah,
plaza,
Exactly.
it
and then
does.
the traffic from the Tim Horton and
Hortons
everything
is
else.
horrible
Yeah.
in the
And now
morning.
you're adding
Yeah.
over into this mess. It's just it's
And
unbelievable.
I was wondering why they do the reverse. Take them to Cattaraugus County. Since you're willing to drive people somewhere, drive them there and then bring them
Be a
back.
lot of land out
And there's a
there.
lot of
That's
land.
what
Sure.
I'm
You
saying.
can build a
Sure.
whole little center
Yeah.
and all
Have
kinds
a
of
whole
stuff.
new world.
Right.
A whole new world, and expose people to nature.
Yeah.
But I think again, it's the people who have money, like the owner, who's from what I understand, has only owned this building for 18 months. He's a New York City realtor.
Always New York City.
Of course, he's
Always.
getting $2.6 million. Well, they're going to invest $2.6 million in the building. So, like, yo, this is a
for him,
sweetheart
it
deal
has
for
nothing
me.
to do
with
I
it.
don't care about no
So you
community.
don't even know who
As soon
he
as you
is.
said
No.
New York City,
they're-
he don't care. I mean, and allegedly.
Allegedly,
Allegedly,
they don't.
allegedly, because when Town Gardens had the owners from New York City,
Yep.
it was and that owner walked with me. The son came in and said to me, I said, look at this, look at these doors, look at it. He said, well, for New York City standards, this is pretty good. Oh, He said, and this is like, and he denied it afterward, but he said, this is like a Home Depot. If you don't want to shop here, you don't have to live here.
Whoa.
But
I
that's how they
said,
believe.
wow.
They think like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of Town Gardens,
What's going on with them?
I'm getting complaints again.
Do they have new owners?
Still in receivership, right, Mark?
Still in
Still a lawyer.
receivership.
A lawyer.
there's
They just got a new.
Still sitting in receivership.
Yeah.
I do know they still have the property managers kind of managing it, but there is interest, and I think the sale is going to start happening. I know people are now approaching Fannie Mae
Yeah.
to go ahead and sell it.
Because I met one manager. I liked that one. Then they called back the next week on a complaint. She was gone, and then the assistant was gone, and so now I got people calling saying, I guess they told them, this is so dumb. No more chairs on the porches. What? No, they can't put. So they told them. Now a lot of them they have grills.
Right.
No more grills. Now the letter, whoever wrote the letter didn't sign the letter to the residents. First of all, it just says something like management. So when you call over there now, half the time that I've called over, I don't get anybody. But they sent them a letter and said, because they have a utility room in their apartments, and it has a utility sink, and they said we're going to put a lock on. So that's where you put your washer and dryer.
Right.
And they basically said we're putting a lock on that utility room, so you won't be able to use your utility room anymore. Because, and I understand if you got a hot water tank and all that in there, but they're saying these hot water tanks go middle of the night. We don't have 24 hours, so we can't even get into this room where hot water can be coming out. And then said in one sentence, no more grills on the front of your apartment or on the concrete pad. Got that because it stains.
Right.
So you think, okay, I can put it in the back. And then the next line says, or next paragraph says, no grills anymore. No more grills. You can't have any grills now. And then it said nothing left out front like clothes. So you can't like hang your clothes up. And
Well,
let me say
I
this.
understand. I
I
understand
get that. I
I
get
guess a Perry kid. I remember my grandmother hanging up
Hey, that's what
clothes, but I ain't gonna get into that. And then it said no chairs on the porches. I was like, that's what a porch is for. Like,
Right.
don't you want the neighbor? So I guess you got to come out and sit on the concrete. So we're sending them a letter. I want the people at Town Gardens to know I'm on it right now. The receiver, the guy who's a part of the receiver, is actually a good guy, and he welcomes our input because he can then go back to the court and say, "You say what? Oh, he's not involved." See what I mean?
See what I'm saying?
See, I ain't even know that. Who's involved now?
It's just straight Fannie Mae now. It's back to Fannie Mae.
Oh, that's why.
That's why you're not getting
Honest to
into-
goodness. First of all, the guy who was the receiver was an attorney. We liked this guy. He would listen. Now, if it's back in Fannie Mae, it's just an offer somebody. Oh, Lord. And the bad thing is,
So who gets
these
the
people
rent?
charge so much, Fannie Mae, the management company, and then they would send. But, yeah.
And the rents are skyrocketing now. So I'm sure they're going to increase rents there, and people who can't even afford it going to be there. It's
And they don't
ridiculous.
cut grass. They'll pick
Ah.
up. It's just.
It's a shame, and I mean, so I'm on it. We're on it. We're doing the best we can. I pray that it gets sold and that it's a responsible landlord who will take care. I mean, and not make it so that people cannot afford to stay there. Number one, that's important, and I don't know where HUD is on that right now because at times HUD gave them a passing grade.
Exactly.
So it's so
Sounds
tough.
like BMHA to me.
It's
It's like, oh my gosh, really?
Well,
And you wonder why we are in the plight we're in.
I forgot what I had to call over there for the other day. I had to call over, and I just called right to Gillian's office. I'm like, hey, listen, whatever it was, because I'm like, come on, what's going on here?
And you know what? I gotta tell you, because I have a meeting coming up regarding the East Side money from the governor. That's going to be taking place on Monday at Westminster at 5:30. And I'm hearing, and I don't know the details of it, but they say you can get about $20,000 to $30,000 to buy a home. So please come out, because I think that's the thing that we gotta start doing. taking ownership and living in places that we purchase, because you can't expect somebody to take care of you or care about you better than you care about yourself.
Well, I always say some people should be homeowners and some people should be renters.
Yeah.
And you got to know the difference.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's going to be a time in my life that I don't want to own a home. But I don't think I want to be in no senior unit either.
Yeah, you need to be a little condo. You be all right.
Yeah, I want to be. Well, you know how what I want to. Yeah, I want to be on the beach.
Yes,
you know
sir.
I'm gonna
Yes,
get
sir.
that Cliff Bell ponytail and that earring.
You gonna have
Y'all gonna
this
see
bald
me.
look and a little ponytail in the back?
You said what?
The bald look and a ponytail.
Maybe not. I might be outgrowing that ponytail thing. But it is definitely like a beach bum.
You had an earring?
And I want my kids. Oh yeah, definitely. I've always said I'm gonna
You know
get
what
an earring.
thought about
I am
the
gonna
other
get an
day?
earring.
And I said this to my kids.
When I'm retired.
When you're retired.
I'm not going to be a bishop with the earring and my bishop's ring on and my earring matched the bishop's ring. I ain't there
You're
yet.
not doing
I
all that?
am transitioning. Really, I am. We just did the funeral, memorial for Lee Allen Spike, Bishop Spike, and I was asked to participate on the family night and the local church night. And Daryl asked me to help in they were closing the casket, and he asked me to help in closing him. And Bishop Young was not there. So at that moment, I think I was probably the only consecrated bishop in the room. And so I felt kind of odd because I'm not Church of God in Christ, but Lee Allen Spike was wonderful to me. And Matt Brown, he was there, but he was also he was leading, so he's officiating, and he had a way with words about me lowering, like he was talking about one giant lowering because we were lowering the body down to put the top on another, and as I sat down, I was like, you are them now. Like I never imagined myself in these positions. And last night I was on the phone with Bishop Reed, Tommy Reed, of something he wanted me to do, and trying to a call I got today to lead something, and I recognized and kind of. I'm going to Propel this year for Full Gospel for 2 days. Like I stopped doing all that. I was just like, and now it's like, if this is where you have planted me, this is what we have to do. And so big shout out to the Spike family and big thank you. What were you about to say, Jan?
It's kind of fun because I feel like I'm at a place of where you used to be like, oh, I don't want to be in the front.
Yeah.
I don't. But that is where you are because everybody who was before you is no longer there.
Almost every picture of every pastor in my office,
They're gone.
they're gone.
Exactly.
Gillison is up on my bookshelf, gone. And Motley Spells gone. Baines gone. Others gone. Whitted is gone.
Yeah.
They're gone. And I literally walked last night through my office going, gone. When I got to get ready to go, but when James Cleveland died, one of his friends who was eulogizing him said, I kept asking God, why James is gone, the pastor is gone, the this is gone. He said, and then in my spiritual self, he said, I asked James, how are you? He said, I said, James, where are those tears? And he said, gone. Where is that pain? Gone. And I watched that last night again because it's one of my favorite eulogies of him saying gone. So they're gone, but so is their pain and their suffering. But now we're here. And even though maybe resistant to me personally, because I still don't want to be in these positions like that, where I had to be that leader. But I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and I'm grateful for the three of us who I left my job, a very secure job. You left your job, very secure job. We're in this building because you running around getting loans and being in banking, and to see that God has kept us together. I really wanted us to be able to do this show together. I called Rashid, I called Jan. I'm like, hey, come on, because we draw on each other's strengths. And I just want to say this to both of you. I know we have been together since we were early teens. But I am so proud of both of you. And I mean, you know, the work you do on the council, the work you do in the community, the housing that you do, Jan, and all of those things. I feel like I'm your daddy, although Rashid is older than me.
Right, he older than both.
But we are brothers and sisters. And, you know, black folks just don't push black folks enough.
Yeah.
And I am proud of you both. Like, I draw off of your strength. I draw off of your energy. And I think we do that for each other. And when we probably only talk amongst us about certain things. And that's a blessing to have that in your life. Hobson's, the Dr. Dry Cleaner, 874 East Delavan. Go over there. I've got a trunk full of clothes right now. And when I leave here, got to go and do a funeral right now. Sweet Pea has gone on to be with the Lord. Hobson's, the Dr. Dry Cleaner, 874 East Delavan. Brian K. Lewis Funeral Home. That's Brian K. Lewis Funeral Home. In your hour of need, 347 Peckham. I won't give all the addresses, but let me just tell you this. They've taken care of, in the last week, the Hambright family, the Jones Sr. family, the Arnold family, the Rouse family, the Dale family, the Tabor family that is in the sanctuary right now, the Thompson family, the Niter family, the Farrow family, and the Humayan family. Brian K. Lewis. In your hour need, call the operator and ask for Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes. Sorry. A burp came up. I just couldn't hold it. I was trying, but I almost killed myself trying to hold it, and I was holding my breath. Until next week, we say power to the people.